Welcome to Hops News, the trusted source in beer culture news. Here's your host, Jay Brew, with special guests, the Hoppy Mommy, Lucky, and Mash.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm not in Blowing Rock. I'm running behind. We're using some old school software and just barely pulling it out of our ass at the last second again. So on a little bit different setup as well, at a different location. Again, that will eventually be a desk. But I've only got two hands, so I'll have to wait and catch one of the neighbor kids out running around looking for money or something, and pay them to come and help me set that up. So thanks for joining us. It's going to be a great episode. I know you guys hopefully have been following along on our social media. That MobCraft Advent Calendar, I'm going to tell you right now, if you weren't a part of that today, if you didn't get one of those to make sure you could be a part of day one today, I don't know that there was anything in beer internet going on today other than everybody enjoying that MobCraft calendar. I had a chance to surf around just for a little bit. Wasn't able to get our post up, but we will definitely get one on the Hops News social media as soon as we get off here. Man, those guys have a lot of calendars out there, and some phenomenal beers. Unfortunately, when we opened ours or had them on and talked about the Advent calendar, I opened mine day number one. So I knew day one was going to be shot for me, but I'm starting out with this Merry Christmas by Anchor, their Christmas ale.
Nice.
2021, the Hoppy talked about, I think the last week or the week before last, one of them. And as she said, this is one of those beers that around this time of year, we always pick up a six pack of it. Just because it's always a good beer. It's all, Anchor is not, you're not going to pick up anything from Anchor Brewing and not want to buy it again, right? You're never going to pick up a beer and say, that's not a good beer. That's just not who Anchor is. So this is definitely a beer that we always pick up. I will tell you, I'm having a hard time relating Christmas to this. And maybe
Ooh,
it's
I thought you were
just
going to say
me.
smelling it, and I was like, COVID round two.
No, but maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just maybe Lucky jinxed me. I don't know. But it's definitely not like their past experiences that I've had with them. So, but it's a solid beer. It's a great darker beer. Definitely enjoyable. I recommend going out and grabbing a case or 12. I don't think you'll be disappointed in it. That's for sure. Good beer. Enough of that. It is a little bit. I don't know. It's a little bit bare behind me. This is. I could literally turn my computer because I'm just using my the webcam on my MacBook. We could literally go on a tour of this very small apartment and see how empty it is, and my air mattress and everything that I'm sleeping on here in Virginia Beach. It's been an experience, but let's go check in. I think Lauren is frozen, but let's go check in with Lucky up there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Lucky, man, where have you been?
Jay, I am so busy lately with work. It's ridiculous. I don't even know that I've announced this on the podcast, but I recently got or accepted an offer at a new job that doesn't start for a couple of weeks, but I am kind of glad that I did because, boy, I have just been absolutely swamped. Every night I try to get off, or every Wednesday I try to get off in time, and you guys are already on or setting up or something like that by the time I'm off, and I got to walk my dog. But yeah, I've missed you guys. How have you been, man?
Man, we've been good. I was beginning to wonder if we were ever going to see you again. But definitely
I feel
glad that
like,
you've.
yeah. I was on, when was I on last? I was on for MobCraft. That was, I think, the last one, right?
Yeah.
Maybe when MobCraft was on. Yeah,
Hmm.
no, sorry about that. I've been doing good, but I am currently drinking. I also busted into the Advent calendar early because I will be out of town for a week in December. So I'm trying to play catch up on it. So I'm a couple of days ahead of you guys. I don't want to spoil anything. I'll just say tomorrow, everybody should be looking forward to day two because it is, whew, no spoilers, but I'm drinking your new realm over there. Um,
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what that is. Imperial Oaks. I don't even know what that is. Oaks. I don't want to try to pronounce it. I'm gonna sound like an idiot.
Yeah, they've pronounced it for me, but I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not going to butcher it up either.
It's fantastic. This is becoming one of my favorite styles of beer. I actually had
And
one,
isn't
I
that
think it was 2 weekends
Hispanic?
ago. Yeah. It's a Mexican chocolate stout. And I had one of these 2 weeks ago at Broken Bat Brewing in Milwaukee. A really cool spot downtown. If you haven't been there, check it out. But I've been looking for these. Anytime I see this style of beer, more popular than I thought it was. But it's super good. The name of that beer, I think, was called Pablo Sanchez. If you've ever played, have you ever played Backyard Baseball, Jay? It
Hmm.
was like a computer game back in the day. Pablo,
Hmm.
the little Mexican kid that like is the best at everything and in a wheelchair. Um, they name all of their drinks after like baseball puns or baseball references or figures or whatever. It's a super, super good beer. But yeah, that's also a Mexican chocolate stout. That's what this is. But yeah, it's delicious. It looks
Well,
fucking dark.
I, I,
Sorry
I
if I'm
mean,
swearing.
I'm only going to point this out because you pointed out on feeling lucky quite often. Aren't
Mm-hmm.
you like 7/8 Hispanic?
Not 7/8. I am half. I am an exact 50%. Um, yeah, so maybe I should know how to. I don't know that that's a Hispanic word though. If that's
So
what you're referring to.
yeah, I sent that to you because I knew you'd be able to pronounce it.
Jay, I am the whitest Mexican that has ever existed. Both physically, I mean, you've seen me in person. I am just disgustingly pasty. Like so white. I don't speak. I can speak like a tiny, tiny bit. Like I can't hold a conversation, but I can like maybe understand and like kind of put together a sentence or two here and there, but I am so incredibly white. Oh no. To answer your question is no, I can't pronounce this. It's delicious though. And New
Yeah.
Realm, I've had a couple of New Realm beers before, without knowing that is the place that you were talking about, but you sent a picture of one today in our group chat. I forget what it was. It was was it Juicification or something like that?
Oh yeah.
You sent it
It's
earlier today, and I've had that one before. It's delicious. No, Juicy
something
Cabra.
Juicy Cabra. Yeah. Yeah.
That one's
Yeah, that's a
super,
great beer.
super good.
Yeah, that's a good beer
Um,
as well. Yeah, I sent that for you because I figured you'd be able to pronounce it and being okay. That was a
no,
fail.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. The only tell about me being Mexican is my ridiculously huge nose. I don't know if you know this, but Mexicans typically have very large noses. Um, that's really the only thing that sets me apart from the average white man. Everything else, I am very pasty. I really can't grow facial hair like my dad and my brother have Mexican looking facial hair. Other than that, I've got nothing.
Have you
So
had
what are you
that
gonna
talk with your mom?
do? I've tried to avoid it, honestly. I was the firstborn. I really think it would mess with the family of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, man, that's just the conversation we haven't started yet.
Right. Yeah, no. When I was younger, I used to get really not really tan, but I would get like pretty tan if I was like outside or something for the summer. But now I think it's a combination of my already pale Mexican self and the fact that I am a work at home accountant and I never see the sun like ever.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
all of that to say that, yeah, I love that you're talking about your new place, your new apartment being really small and like really bare and empty, and how it would take 2 seconds for you to do a tour. And I have been living in this apartment for 7 or 8 months now, and I'm sitting down on the floor in front of my couch with nothing on the walls behind me. That's just how I live. But you're actually like bare because you just moved there.
Man, I'll be honest with you. I don't even want to have the discussion with furniture. Um, we ordered furniture 3 weeks ago is when I made the purchase.
Okay.
The soonest it will be delivered date, the soonest it will be delivered date
Yeah.
is March 1st
Oh,
of 2022.
holy. Is everything just back ordered because of COVID or what?
I think it's all sitting on a ship somewhere that they can't get to or something. I don't know, man.
That's crazy, man.
So my wife made the comment, so the challenge is we are maintaining our home in Blowing Rock and also starting, a new
Yeah.
apartment at the beach. And my wife made the comment like, well, maybe we should just get some beanbag chairs off of Amazon. And I'm
Okay.
thinking to myself, that's a fucking great idea, right?
Yeah,
Until
yeah, yeah, for
obviously
sure.
the asshole that's selling beanbag chairs on Amazon realizes where all the furniture's at.
Yep.
Dude, if I'm embarrassed to say how much we paid for fucking beanbag chairs.
Oh, Jay. Mm, my when I was in high school, I don't even remember. I think it was kind of like I was trying to be funny. Maybe it was even middle school. I forget what my age was, but like one Christmas, the only thing, have you ever heard of love sacks?
No,
So
but it
it's like
sounds
a
like
it's
fun.
right. That's what I thought. And I they used to have like a store, like a not a kiosk, but like a place in the mall where they just sold love sacks. And I'd go in there all the time and like they're these massive, like as big as a bed beanbag chairs. Not as big as a bed, but they're I mean like I think the one that I got was 4 or 5 something. I don't know. It was huge, and like so obnoxious. And that's all I wanted one year for Christmas. Is they're like expensive. They're like $300 or $400 or something like that for a fucking beanbag type chair. And I got it, and it was the most. I mean, it took up my entire room. Like it was. I couldn't even keep it in my room because like I couldn't have that and my bed in the same room. It was so obnoxious. But I was, an annoying kid, and it's like, no, that's the only thing that I want. So, what are you
now
gonna
that
do?
you mentioned you spent that much on a beanbag, I don't feel quite as bad.
They're like fancy. They're not like actual bean, like filled with beans. They're filled with like some kind of fluffy, I don't know, like sleep, like foam stuff, but they look like beanbag chairs.
$300 or $400 for that thing. It better be filled with fucking gold.
Honestly, yeah, not quite. And as I'm on this show, so it's not going to be PG. It's called Love Sack, and making making love on that thing was virtually impossible. Hopefully, my parents aren't watching because I was. Well, I had it all the way through, like until I went to college, but it was like
it's almost like a water bed, right?
Well, yeah, you're like
you're gonna.
You have to like catch your grip, and like you're like always sinking into it, or what? It's just not good.
It's like this. We should be up against a concrete wall instead of this fucking beanbag.
Something, anything would be more comfortable. More like maybe not more comfortable, but it would be more functionable. Like because I'm not.
Yeah.
When you have the tools that I have, it's a little bit more. You don't have like a ton of room for movement. Like, or you're not doing it. I don't know. It's hard. Not the best for that.
It's not moving away from you. You're trying to get more.
Exactly. Yeah. What are you gonna do? It's tough.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, good to have you.
Is Lauren out or what? Is she in the?
She's on. Let's see. Maybe. So stick with me just a little bit. People that are listening through the podcast aren't going to be able to tell. People that are watching live might see a little funky stuff going on, but let's go see. Lauren, can you hear us?
Here she is.
Maybe. Uh-oh.
Can't hear her.
I'm here. I've been in the green room for a few minutes, which I didn't know was real. It like says like you are in the green room.
That's where they they do all the fluff.
Fluff. Gotta do the makeup, get the makeup prepped and all that stuff.
Yeah. The green room. Hoppy, how are things down in Orlando?
Can you? Mm-hmm. They're good, but I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. You guys were just talking about fluffing in green rooms. Okay. Things are good down here. I'm drinking a peppermint milk chocolate porter from J Dubs Brewing in Sarasota, Florida. My internet's being a little weird. I made everybody get off Wi-Fi as much as they could. I don't know what its problem is. It seems to only fuck up on Wednesdays. But yeah, things are good. I drank my Advent Calendar beer earlier so that I could take pictures and have fun with it. So I was looking forward to us all drinking the same beer every Wednesday this month. And then I feel like none of us are going to end up having patience for that to ever happen. But
yeah, I mean, hopefully we can, right? Because that is kind of the idea behind it. But definitely, yeah, I mean, there's going to be obviously these weeks that one of us dipped into that week for the show with Henry. Unfortunately, for me, it was day one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You planned that out great, having day one be on a Wednesday. What are you going to do?
Yeah. But that was perfect timing, though, huh?
Yeah, honestly.
Well, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't even think about it. I was like, I was like frazzled when he told us to just pick a random number. I was like, I don't want to pick a random number. But I wanted to be told what to pick. But I have quite a few friends that ordered it, and they're all texting me earlier like, oh, do we have to wait till tomorrow to open the second one? Can we open the second one now? Well, and if you have plans to go somewhere, you're going to have to double up, like if you're not going to be home all day.
Right.
So I think it's okay.
And
then my kids asked to open the next Lego, and I was like, hell no, you can't do that.
Tomorrow's, no spoilers,
Did
but
everybody get the same
don't
one?
make
Everybody got
plans.
the IPA?
I think so. Yeah. Everything that I've seen today is the IPA. What do you guys think of their IPA?
Excellent.
It was a good, classic IPA.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No frills, just your nice basic IPA. Yeah, it was good. I'm looking forward to trying more of their stuff because everything I've had has been pretty amazing. But I wish they would tell you because, it says on the box, and you may be able to give us this information, like 6 flagships, certain amount of seasonals. Was the IPA one of their flagships? Do you know?
Yeah. Yep. That was one of their flagships. They have that all the time. You can get the MobCraft IPA whenever. The one tomorrow is I'm trying to not give spoilers, but it's not one of their flagships, and it is don't make plans to have more beer. Like you don't want to double up tomorrow, if you catch my drift.
Don't make plans to have more beer.
Just like as far as like if you're
I don't
wanting to
have any
like
plans
double
yet
up and
for
stuff,
tomorrow, so.
it's only 12 ounces, but it is quite the beer. It's delicious though. I had the first two
Oh,
on our
we
last
did.
when we recorded our podcast.
Well, 2 or 4 of them are barrel aged. I forget. I'm guessing this is one of the barrel aged ones.
You would guess correctly, but yeah.
I love that it's a barrel aged in a 12-ounce can because that's perfect for me. Because I drank a barrel aged one the other night, and it's like the Bombers. That's a lot when you're alone. But
Mm-hmm.
a 12 ounce isn't too bad.
was
That's perfect.
good.
Yeah, barrel-aged bomber makes work the next day pretty rough. Unless you
Right.
have happy hour vitamins, and I know Hoppy's got happy hour vitamins tonight.
I actually ran out. I need to order more because I've been passing them around like I've been giving them to all my friends like it's like gum or like mints in my purse. And like they're all like, "Do you get these for free?" And I'm like, "Well, he gave us some." I go, "But no, I buy them." So my one friend's like, "Well, I owe you like a whole bottle." So I didn't even realize that I went to go take them last night because Matt and I filmed our Geeks episode last night because today's his son's birthday, and I went to go get them because I was drinking a Bourbon County Stout from Goose Island, and yeah, I was out. Fortunately, I did good. I was actually fairly fine. No hangover, but I do need to get more vitamins. I should do that tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And use the promo code Hops News to save I don't know what it is off of the 30 count. I think maybe 20% still, but definitely a discount out there. Go check it out. Good to have you on the show, Lauren. Good to you're already in the Christmas spirit with a Griswold T-shirt there, and
It's
looks like
awesome.
you got some
Can I see
Christmas
the
stuff
rest of
going
the
on in the
shirt?
background.
It's
I can only see the Griswold.
That's it.
Oh,
Griswold
nice.
Family Vacation.
Love it.
Yeah,
I haven't
my
watched
dad
that
thinks
movie
it's
in
funny.
a while, actually.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
an
think I
every
watched
year
it
one
last
for us.
Christmas.
Oh yeah.
No, you got to do that one every year.
It used to be when I was younger, but the only Christmas movies that I have every year right now are probably Elf and A Christmas Story. Or The Christmas Story, whatever that one is.
I love A Christmas Story, and a lot of people I learned recently hate it. It's like a love-hate thing, I guess. But
No.
Matt
No.
made us watch Jingle All the Way last night, and it was just as bad as I remember. But we did a Jingle All the Way commentary.
I used
So
to
bad.
love that movie when I was younger, just because I made fun of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, I didn't see it till I was an adult, so right away I was like, "Well, this is ridiculous." And then last night was the second time I watched it, and it's even dumber than I remembered.
It was
But
such
when
a
we do
horrible movie.
the rewatch commentaries, we flex. It is so bad. And Matt makes fun of it too, but he loves it.
Yeah. I don't know. The other one that I watch every year is The Polar Express, actually. My mom used to read me that book all the time. I used to love it when I was little.
Creepy.
The movie is pretty creepy. Like, I don't know. But what are you going to do?
The book's a classic.
Yeah, for sure.
They need to redo that movie because the book, like a lot of kids don't get the book read to them anymore because their parents were traumatized by the movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, I grew up with the book as well.
Yeah, she would read it to me
We had
all the time, like even not during Christmas.
Oh, well, I'm so old. I had it on cassette tape too.
Nice. Nice.
I don't know if Lucky knows what those are.
No, I'm just nodding my head. Cassette tapes. That's like an iPod, right? Those things used to exist.
It's like an iPod, exactly.
Like an iPod,
what about
but
Bad
for older
Santa?
people. Bad Santa's. That's one with what's his name?
That's a good
Bob.
movie.
Billy
That's
Bob.
a good
Yeah,
movie,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, no, I like that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Please tell me
They're trying.
that's an okay movie to watch.
Yes.
Good.
I think the most underrated though is The Ref. If you haven't seen that one, you need to see that one.
Never seen it.
With Dennis Leary.
I've never seen it. I've never even heard of it.
So it's got Kevin Spacey in it, which, you know, we're not supposed to like him anymore, but this was a long time ago. And it's got another guy thing. And Dennis Leary is basically robbing someone on Christmas Eve, and he almost gets caught. And then he takes this like couple hostage on Christmas Eve to hide from the cops.
Mm-hmm.
We're still having like Christmas Eve dinner. And so hijinks ensue, but it's Dennis Leary. It's really funny.
Well, anything with him in it's got to be good, right? I mean, has he made a bad movie?
Maybe that one with Sandra Bullock where he shot the fish. Other than that, I don't think so.
What was the name of that one?
I don't know. I just remember him shooting a fish, and then they were eating the fish, and she bit into a bullet.
That's terrible.
I'll Google it. It was pretty bad. I think it was like a romantic comedy.
If you guys are into, if you guys, I don't know how you feel about Jewish people, but 8 Crazy Nights is pretty good.
I'm married to one.
Okay.
I don't hate them.
Okay, well, good. I was just checking. You never know these days.
Yeah, but I will warn any parents. That movie, I had put it on when Kaylee was like 6, thinking like, oh, it's funny, and I forgot how raunchy it is. So maybe don't put it on for your 6-year-old. I forgot. All I remember was being a cartoon and funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah, it's so really Lucky, stupid, but it is funny.
To carry on our conversation last night, have you heard from Marty today?
I did this morning. I haven't since about probably noon. I
just sent a message to him and asked him if he's good.
It's everybody. If you haven't listened to the episode of Feeling Lucky that came out last night or this morning, whatever, reach out to Big Daddy. Just tell him you love him and care about him if you do, because he is in a bad spot.
He's in a really, really bad spot. So go listen to the episode. Hit up Big Daddy on their social medias.
Please.
Venmo him like $10 or so or something.
Oh.
GoFundMe was real.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he is. Oh, he's not in a good place.
Yeah. So there's a group chat between myself, Lucky, and Big Daddy when we did the whole Luke Combs concert trip weekend in Boone. And it's just been kind of a thing since then. And I guess it was probably 2 days ago we were chatting on there, and Big Daddy said something about life changing or something like life was over type of comment. And I was like, man, what the hell's going on with him? And I knew, I'm not going to give too much of it away, but I knew something that recently happened in his life that was, probably he'd tell you it's probably one of the best things that he's done in a while. And go listen to their episode. Hit Big Daddy up on their social media. I think he helps manage their accounts, like their Twitter accounts and their Instagram.
For sure, Twitter. Just tweet at him and say, Big Daddy, I love you. Tweet at us and say, at Feeling Lucky Pod, say, Big Daddy, I love you and I'm here for you. Yeah. Just send thoughts and prayers or something. It is
Myers.
Oh boy, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just not. He's down bad, as the kids say.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
would consider down tremendously.
I think we
In
got
Guys
him
are being
almost
spot
every
so
on.
sense of the word.
obscure.
I think we
Well,
got
it's
him
I
spot
don't
on.
like want to give it away because it's like
That's his
not
story to tell.
my story, and
Yeah.
it just
And he tells
is.
it on Feeling Lucky.
Yeah, he does, and we're boy, it's close to tears as there have been on that podcast,
Yeah.
which is not the
Well,
typical mood that we have.
Yeah.
oh, like sad tears, not laughing
Oh
tears.
No,
Because
no.
I hear you
no,
laughing on there a few times, and I can tell you're probably crying tears of
Yeah.
laughter.
no, these are. I mean, as close to. I mean, it's tragic. He describes it as the most tragic that's ever happened in his life, which hard to argue. Hard to argue.
Yeah, at his
Jeez.
age and probably where he's at in his life, for sure. This is probably, I think he said it's probably top 3 of the worst thing that's ever happened to him in his life. So,
And he's had chlamydia twice, so it's
ah, hey,
The
that
way
kind
you
of
said
led.
that didn't even sound like a joke.
No, I will tell you. So we were just on a Zoom last night, just helping Lucky and Big Daddy try to get their recording. Because they record in separate places now that Big Daddy lives in South Carolina. So I was just helping them set up their recording stuff. And literally, it's not that I know Marty very well or Big Daddy very well, but literally it got to the point where it's like I thought to myself, like, I can't let this guy off of this Zoom until he's laughing. Like, I can't. He's not in a good headspace right now. I can't ethically or morally just hang up on this Zoom call until we've kind of flipped the mood of this conversation, because he was not in a good spot. And thankfully we started telling him at least he wasn't a priest that just got
yeah.
exposed or something, and
It could
life
have
could be
been
Or an
worse,
altar
but
boy.
for
Yeah.
Big Daddy's life, it couldn't get much worse. Honestly, it's like just
Yeah.
he disclosed the amount of money to us last night, which I hadn't heard. I guess now it's money, whatever.
I think you did post that or said that or something.
It is
Yeah.
just painful for anybody.
Gambling debts are
For
dischargeable
anybody.
in bankruptcy.
It's not
It's worse
not
than
gambling. It's worse than gambling. This is like,
Unless it's student loans, it's dischargeable in bankruptcy.
that. Well, here's the thing.
He's
It's like you might as well saved up.
You can tell me afterwards too.
It's like you might as well saved up. You might as well saved up about $30,000 and just went outside and fucking toasted it.
which at our age, Warren, $30,000 is. I have never had that much money in my bank account. I've been out of school for how many years? I've never come close. So to just,
That's a good chunk of change.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've not.
So
great,
I hit
not
him
great.
up. Maybe if he responds, maybe I can send him a link and see if he wants to come out and pitch his Venmo.
I
or
doubt
something.
it. Honestly, he's.
Pitches.
I still.
We could probably raise some money for him.
Yeah, do like buy me a beer.
Yeah, except buy me a. Never mind. I was gonna.
Well, it's metaphorical. It doesn't have to be literal.
My dream. No.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's funny.
Not.
No, but in all seriousness, if you haven't listened to the episode, go listen to it. Big Daddy is a cool dude. Most of you've never hung out with him or met him in person, probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in person.
That
Tragic
makes it
event.
so much worse. Like, he will give you the shirt off of his back. Like, literally, it is so. And for something like this to happen to him, and like, you haven't probably had as much time to get to know him. You definitely haven't as I have. He is like the most financially like conservative, like does not spend money on stupid things like ever. And for him to do this and then just, oh, the poor guy.
So to
It's
add a
tough.
little bit more to it, and I know I know why there wasn't much said in the chat prior to Big Daddy making. So there was two events in Big Daddy's life that happened at about 2 to 3 weeks apart. One of them was probably one of the best days of his life, and the other one was the worst days of his life. And I'm not going to give too much of it away, so go listen to their episode. But on Big Daddy's best day of his life, I told him in the text, in the chat, it's probably still in there in the chat. I said, I'm not going to
Oh
put my
God.
dad hat on and tell you I told you so, but
Oh,
so I know
Jay,
that
Jay, I,
I don't know if
I don't
you're that
know.
lucky or not, but
I, no, I also, I feel bad too because I have been harping on him since like whatever. Like, don't pay cash for like, don't
mm-hmm,
have that be your first. Like, that's his
mm-hmm.
entire net worth into that. Hopefully, he doesn't listen to this episode. I don't think he will. Nobody tell him that I'm on here, and hopefully he doesn't because
Yeah,
Oh, poor guy's
I.
sitting
But
there crying watching.
I felt so bad. Like, I've
yeah,
been telling him like, what are you doing? Like, you're smart with your money. I mean, like, blah 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 blah. And then he just, poor
yeah.
guy.
Tragic event.
Thoughts and prayers.
Drink lots of
Thoughts and
beer for
prayers
Big
go
Daddy
out to
tonight.
him.
Go listen to their episode. I think you'll be surprised. You'll want to reach out to Big Daddy and say, "Hey, man, let me buy you a beer," because he's
Oh,
definitely going to go through a lot of beer in the coming weeks. But yeah, honestly, I'm just glad he's okay.
if he is,
So
I haven't heard from him in a while.
yeah, he
I
hasn't
need to start
responded to
telling him to like check in with me
Check
every
in.
12 hours or not 12 hours, every like
Okay.
hour,
4
yeah,
hours.
just to make sure.
Yeah.
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 And like when he doesn't, I'm gonna immediately call the police or call Jay and make him drive down there.
It's like you got to send me a picture of yourself wherever you're at, like every 45 minutes.
Every day with a current newspaper held
Holding
up.
today's newspaper.
Yeah.
What do they call
Yep.
that? Proof of life? Send me proof
Yeah.
of life.
Yep. Need it.
Yeah,
It's
poor
tough.
guy.
Oh
Especially
man.
this time of the year, right? Like this is what did my wife call this? The most wonderful time of the year, or the most joyous time of the
Mm,
year? I don't know what the
yeah.
whole holiday thing is, but yeah, tough.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, let's talk about some good stuff. Who's got some beer news? Hoppy, I
Ooh,
think you
do we
got
want to
some
do
beer news.
beer school first?
Want to do beer school? Yeah, we can do beer school.
I don't
Lauren, you ready for beer
got
school?
news. I think so. If my internet doesn't take a shit again. Yeah. Okay. Well, because I disconnected my one laptop, but hopefully Google Docs still works. Yes, it looks like it does. Okay. Before I get started on beer school, however, if anybody is watching or listening that has tried the accumulation this year from New Belgium, I would love to hear any opinions, especially if you have enjoyed it in the past. The last few years, it has been in a beer bottle with Christmas lights, and it
Is
was a
Jay
white
peeing?
IPA. I don't know what's going on. I thought maybe he was making a cocktail with whipped cream.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got something with whipped cream
No,
on.
no, I'm rinsing out my glass, you asshole.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay.
It's like a hell of a
So,
stream, Jay. My God.
so this year
Aggressive.
it's an ugly logo in a can, and it's a hazy IPA. I never thought I'd be mad about a hazy IPA, but I haven't found it yet, other than in a variety pack. So, all right. So the white IPA. When thinking of Christmas beers, generally winter warmers and dark pepperminty beers come to mind, but the white IPA sneaks in there. I first tried New Belgium's Accumulation White IPA during Christmas 2014 and haven't been able to enjoy a Budweiser product since. While this beer changed my life for the better, until today I had no clue what made an IPA a white IPA. To really understand the origin of the white IPA, we have to go all the way back to the year of our Lord 2010. Deschutes Brewing in Oregon, known for their amazing IPAs, and Boulevard Brewing in Missouri, known for their amazing wheat and Belgian beers, got together to combine their talents. Result was the white IPA. They took the natural citrus flavor and aroma of IPAs and combined it with the spices you get in a Belgian wit, which is brewed with wheat instead of barley. And ta-da! An easy drinking, slightly hoppy, flavorful beer. This style is a perfect beer for sitting next to the ocean or next to a Christmas tree. Deschutes and Boulevard each took the recipe they came up with and brewed their own beer. Despite it being the exact same recipe, they were pretty different, but the style caught on and spread. By 2015, white IPA had been added as a category to the Beer Judge Certification Program. The ingredients in an IPA for the grain bill is 50% Belgian Pale Pilsner malt and 50% unmalted wheat. For hops, Belgian wits are generally lightly hopped with noble hops, which is like an old style of hops, not actual old hops. However, a white IPA is heavily hopped with some tropically citrus style Murica New World hops. And then the yeast used is Belgian wit yeast. They also add spices to these, like Belgian wits. They'll add coriander and orange peel. And of course, every brewery does their own little thing and every brewer does their own little twists. Basically, the esters that are found in Belgian wits cut the normally strong hop aroma of an IPA to make it a bit more subtle, and then it finishes dry and refreshing. They tend to be about 5 to 7% ABV with 40 to 7 IBU, and they're gold to light colored and hazy. If you're drinking an IPA or a white IPA, they pair well with smoked salmon, cheese enchiladas, avocados, jerk chicken, chicken fajitas, sharp cheddar, and more. So, side note, while white IPA and Belgian IPA could seem like the same thing and kind of are, they most definitely are not also. Belgian IPAs tend to be higher ABV and use only malted barley as opposed to unmalted wheat. Furthermore, white IPA leans more to that wit flavor of fruits and spices than to that very recognizable Belgian flavor that any beer nerd who has had one single Belgian beer can probably pick out. So, to sum it all up, a white IPA is just a heavily American hopped Belgian wit. I have always said I'm not a big wheat beer fan, and I learned today that the beer that made me fall in love with hops is a wheat beer. And one last thought. If anyone else wants New Belgium to bring back their old recipe for their white IPA with their old logo in a bottle, I have a petition you can sign. Cheers and happy December. I don't really have a petition, but I should.
Oh,
a lot of people when they released the can art on like Instagram, like most of the people were like pissed, like where the hell's your other logo? Why'd you change the recipe? Because it's always been a white IPA and now it's a hazy IPA.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have that little, you know what I'm talking about? That it's like that little metal motorhome and it's got the Christmas lights on it with the snow. And that's literally the only beer in the world I prefer drinking out of a bottle. I think because my Christmas koozie fits on it so perfectly. So screw you, Belgium.
Corona.
New Belgium.
Corona.
No, aren't they like Sapporo or something?
Like what? Part of the
I'm just saying out of a bottle.
Oh, I never liked
just
Corona.
saying beer. Oh, yeah, we've gone over this before.
Yeah, I didn't like Corona even when I drank Bud Light.
Yeah,
I'd rather drink water.
I love
Corona is what I order when I'm too drunk at a bar and I can't read the tap list. I just get a Corona or Spotted Cow. That's when I'm in Wisconsin.
I feel like my go-to if they don't have any craft is going to be Goose Island now, because that's everywhere. Well, you can get High Life, like most Goose Island at this point. Like if we were going to a basketball game or something, I usually end up having to drink that. Although Orlando Magic just got a brewery inside the arena, so they're playing the Heat in a few weeks, so we will most likely be there. So that's cool.
So is it a Orlando Magic Brewing Company or is it Orlando? What's the?
No, I think it's Big Storm Brewing, which I want to say is in Bradenton, and then they just opened up a brewery in Orlando. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm fairly certain it's Big Storm.
Dude, that's got to be so expensive for the brewery. So like it's just the brewery in there?
I haven't been there yet. I don't know if they're actually brewing the beer in there or if they just have like a bar. I was going to say that
there's no way that they could have like actual like brewing equipment. They just have like a bar. That makes more sense.
I mean, so when we had Dwight Howard, they built like a huge new arena and it's absolutely gorgeous. And they have like, like one of the rooftop bars and it looks over I-4 and a whole bunch of people like opened up businesses right across the street. And like Disney's one of the sponsors. So of course they have Disney stuff everywhere and you can renew your Disney tickets there, and you get like a complimentary Magic jersey. And then Dwight Howard up and left, and the team just went to shit after 2009 they were in the finals, but they lost in 5 games.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's like, I mean, attendance is mediocre at best. So, I mean, they haven't been good at all since.
Yeah.
But I only go to those games usually when the Heat are in town now.
I didn't even realize they still had a basketball team.
What, the Heat or the Magic?
The Magic, yeah.
Yeah, well, they got to try to pay for that stadium somehow.
Yeah. I don't think I could name a single player on the Orlando Magic right now. Not Oladipo. He used to be.
Yeah.
And you're a big NBA
clue.
fan, Lucky.
I love NBA. Shout out, 2-time NBA champs. Didn't even realize I was wearing this shirt.
Milwaukee Bucks.
At least you have a shirt on tonight.
It was the raining. Yeah, last night they caught me right as I was getting out of the hot tub. What are you going to do?
What do you mean they caught you? Nobody dialed you on Zoom. You had to dial up.
I was okay. Whatever.
Oh,
These guys being dudes.
Yeah.
Lucky I had pants on.
You see the thing hanging down to my knees. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Work from home. I work from home. It's like rare that you catch me with clothes on. This is the most dressed up I'll be this week. That's not a joke either.
That's Josh and Logan both run around without clothes on. They just have shorts on.
Yeah, well, Josh definitely looks better than me. I don't want to speak for Logan, but me, it's much less pretty. It's much less pretty. I'm just
pretty cute. So Patrick asked about Die Hard. Die Hard is 100% a Christmas movie because it is not Christmas.
Oh, are we getting into
until Hans Gruber? Yeah, so Hans Gruber has to fall off the Nakatomi Tower.
I'm gonna probably get a lot of shit for this. I've never seen Die Hard. Ever.
What?
I know.
I'm almost jealous of you. Because you can go and watch it for the first time.
Is it good?
There's like 5 of them. It's amazing. The first one's awesome.
Yeah. You got to at least watch the first 2.
The third one has Samuel L. Jackson, and there's like puzzles in it.
All right,
so
3.
That one's fun.
You got to watch the first 3 at least.
I've never even thought about it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the argument has gotten so annoying, like whether or not it's a Christmas movie. I just haven't. I don't know why.
It is a Christmas movie.
I will this year.
I say
I'll watch at least the first one. I'll watch at least the first one.
1 and 2 are both Christmas movies. Look at that. You have Die Hard 1 and 2 and The Ref. You have 3 new Christmas movies to watch this year.
It's pretty exciting.
You can watch them in your hot tub.
I wish I could. There's no TV over there. I have to bring my laptop.
Just bring your laptop.
Dangerous. It seems dangerous. I don't know.
Yeah, don't bring your laptop. You just got a new laptop. So.
Yeah. It took me about how many months until I got this one.
Hopefully you got Apple Care on this one.
Well, we'll see.
We brought the TV out back for when the Heat were in the finals in like August because it was 2020, and my cousin wanted to come over, and because of COVID, we were being careful, so we brought the TV out back, and I think somebody jumped in the hot tub, so we could say we were watching the game in the hot tub. It sounds fancier than it was.
Nice.
I think I have like 40 more laptops to go through before I reach Big Daddy numbers on being in the red, so I'll be good.
Man, that guy's never going to live it down. Never live it down.
Oh, well.
So who's got beer news? Anybody got beer news?
Ooh.
I have some, but I want to hear Lucky's because I didn't read that article. I just saw the headline.
Right, let's go to Lucky, figure out
which one. I actually put 2 in. Which one did you want me to read out?
Both.
I think.
Oh, I was talking about the snow one.
Yes. Okay. So that's the one that I really wanted to do. And I think we're going to do this on Feeling Lucky just because I want to get Big Daddy's take on it. But so there was a huge snowstorm in England, Yorkshire, England. And for 3 nights, people have been stranded at a pub because they're British, at a pub in England and there's currently 61 people trapped there. Is that
Still?
the best? Yeah, still 3 nights in a row. Last night was the 3rd night.
Damn.
So the beer news is there's still, their quote was, there's plenty of beer available still. Don't worry, they're not running out. For 61 people for 3 days, that's crazy. Is that the best place to be stranded, though, in a bar with plenty of beer?
As long as
do you
there's
have
plenty of food to go with it.
and plumbing?
Oh, plumbing is, well, I mean, it's a bar. That'll be fine. I guess maybe if it's a big snowstorm, the pipes freeze. But I don't know. 61 people on hand for a concert Friday night, and there's still a good chance they will not be able to leave until Monday at the earliest.
Wow,
The guests were
that's
hunkered
crazy.
down at Tan Hill Inn after the Friday after concert and Oasis tribute band called something or other.
They're like, no, we don't need to be rescued. Just keep delivering beer. We're fucking fine.
They're
What
like,
a
Mom, when are you
great,
coming home?
I don't know, honey. We're still stranded here. Stranded. There's actually no snow. It's all melted.
Yeah. As the beer truck drives up to deliver another delivery.
Right. Yeah. The pictures are pretty
man.
crazy. All right, hold on. The report says the storm dumped 3 feet of snow in Yorkshire Dales, which is about 1,732 feet above sea level. That's
How far are they from civilization?
I have no idea. The guests are all getting along, and report says managers set up sleeping quarters in the pub's lounge. Like, this just sounds like a dream to me.
Yeah.
Like, I would be, of course everybody's getting along. They're all still fucking hammered for the 3rd day in a row. Like,
And the music hasn't stopped.
it has not stopped once. They're coming from, like, everybody there is coming from a concert. So they're just playing that band on repeat. That literally sounds like a wet dream to me. I don't know.
Yeah, but doesn't Oasis have like 3 hits and that's it?
Well,
maybe that 2.5.
I mean, I hope that they have that set up in the bathroom where you can buy deodorant or buy cologne, because I mean they got to start smelling eventually.
The way
is
that
there
this
a shower
bar
in this lounge? Are they brushing their teeth?
I doubt they went in there smelling too good to begin with in England, but that's just me. Like, they didn't go in there.
They might not brush their teeth there.
Yeah, they didn't go in there smelling like you and I do when we go to work to begin with.
Yeah.
Dude, God, I'm lucky to shower once a
you're
week.
Sweaty and smell like smoke.
Yeah, but so that's just, I mean, I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. That's kind of the culture there, right? It's like, what's deodorant?
Oh, God. Yeah. What's the dentist? They all have just disgusting teeth.
Yeah.
Not to stereotype or anything.
Nope.
English people, but we won the war, so we're
overly
fine.
concerned with our teeth. We won the war.
No, I bet you it's a party, man. I'll be honest with you. I don't know why we went to. There we go. I'll be honest with you. 3 days, 3 feet of snow at a pub. Fuck yeah!
I would sign up for that tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'd honestly sign up for that like once a week for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
like that just sounds like a dream. I don't care what the pub is or who's there. It sounds so awesome. And plenty of beer.
Band than Oasis.
Yeah, I guess the people that at Oasis concerts maybe aren't my cup of tea, but I don't know.
I'm sure they can do some pretty good covers.
Yeah, maybe.
Hobby, did you have beer news?
I do have some very weird beer news.
All right, let's go check in with Lauren.
There is a brewery in Australia called Young Henry's, and they're using algae to make their beer greener. Not literally green, but greener. The CO2 that the beer releases while fermenting is stopped by the algae from going into the atmosphere. The algae never touches the beer, it just eats the CO2 and releases the oxygen. And the algae doesn't touch the beer, though. They also put algae in the feed that they donate to the farmers, and it makes it so that the cows' burps and farts aren't as bad for the environment as they would otherwise be. And I also learned that algae in Australia, they say algae, not algae, which I thought that was really weird. And a quick thing, Pliny the Younger is going to be back starting February 4th for 2 weeks at Russian River Brewing Company. They are not doing it online this year like they did last year because of COVID, which was the only reason I was able to get a bottle. So it would be back to in person. So if you're one of those lucky people that's anywhere near Santa Rosa, be there February 4th to get your Pliny the Younger. And that's all I got.
That's Santa Rosa, California, right? Or no?
Yeah, it's Santa Rosa in Sonoma County. I just turned around and looked at my sign. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, if you've never been there, you should definitely get out there at least once. Like that's somewhere. It's the opposite of The Alchemist. Like you got to do The Alchemist and you got to do Russian River.
There you go,
Someday.
Lucky. You're going to be permanently remote, homeless here soon.
That'll be. We'll see what happens. I haven't totally committed, but as of January 10th, I will be permanently fully remote. And my lease is up in end of March. So we'll see what happens, but might hesitate on signing a new lease. We'll see. I don't know.
Might?
Probably will. I've pretty much convinced myself of it. Unless, like...
Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know what you're paying in a lease, right?
Oh.
It's none of my business. But what I would say is if I was your age, at your situation in life, the first thing I would do is plan out the first 12 months of Airbnbs of where you're going to stay for what you're going to pay in a lease and fucking enjoy the shit out of it, man. Yeah.
I have
That's what
a
I
friend
think I'm
who's
doing.
well, a friend of mine who's still a lawyer. He does actually like virtual law, like Facebook and all that kind of law. And he is 40, no kids, no wife, and he lives out of a suitcase and travels the world. And he just gets his work done wherever there's Wi-Fi. He still runs his own law firm.
It's kind of where I might be. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much convinced myself that I'm going to do it, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. I'll hit up. I'll be going to Jay in Virginia Beach for sure. I'm going to be in Florida for sure too. I don't know when though. I haven't timed it out necessarily.
I'll probably be here when you come. Maybe.
I'll be there for at least a month.
Likely.
I'll be there for at least a month.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we've got some furniture by then, so we at least have something to sit on instead of buckets.
Well, last time I came to visit you, I slept in a hammock. So as long as you can find me 2 trees that are close enough together.
You slept in a campground?
Hammock,
yeah.
Hammock? Hammock? Is that not what you say? You say hammock?
It's hammock.
Isn't it O-C-K?
Yeah, but it's pronounced hammock.
Like ick, I-C-K?
Yeah. I've never in my life heard somebody say hammock. That was really funny.
I've never heard someone say hammock. Hammock when it's O-C-K. Hammock. Literally the last word is M-O-C-K. That's mock. Hammock.
I know, a lot of words don't make sense.
Well, that one's pretty straightforward. It's ham, mock. Hammock.
I'm trying to think. There's
there's
so many words that where it's like, oh, go ahead.
The look on Lauren's face when she first heard that is the same fucking look I had at damn Moonshine, sitting across from him and Big Daddy that were both pronouncing it the same damn way, and I thought to myself, where what fucking planet are these two from?
It's literally the word. The word is hammock. Hammock. Like, what, hammock? Hammock?
think
Yeah. Oh yeah, hammock. Let's call it hammock. Fucking kidding me?
I think
I didn't
ridiculous.
make it up.
Yeah.
Well, apparently you are. You're making up pronunciations. Go back to fucking kindergarten when they teach you how to pronounce letters and words. Hammock. It's
I think we had
ridiculous.
a brief banner about that as well, but we didn't go into quite. We didn't make it quite this assertive. But I kept thinking to myself, "Man, these fucking guys, where are these guys from?" It's like this is
Maybe
this
that's a
is
Wisconsin
Mock.
thing.
yeah, this is like a Canadian
Pronouncing
thing.
words correctly? You guys don't do that in the South?
Do you no.
Hammock. Hammock.
Do you
Hammock.
do you have a lot of hammocks in Wisconsin? It just feels wrong saying it. It just feels so wrong.
Plenty. I've got 3.
You have 3 hammocks?
No, I
Honestly,
only
when
have
you first
one.
said that, I was
I
like,
only
oh,
have
this
one.
is going to be dirty. I thought you were going to be referring to like a banana hammock or something.
All right.
Banana hammock. You don't say banana hammock.
Really? I do. Oh, hammock. There you go. Mock with an A. There you go. Hammock. It's not
Hammock.
Hammock. Yeah,
Hammock.
okay. No,
Hammock.
it's a long A. Hammock. You
I bet
guys
there's a
are-
country song
I mean,
where
you
they
guys
say
literally
hammock.
just proved my point. It's a long A. Hammock.
So
Ah.
so
It's
let's
ridiculous.
see what mock is.
There's a hammock
Mock,
song.
like MOCK.
Yeah.
I can tell you how that's pronounced. That's pronounced mock. I'm mocking
So do you
you.
call it a banana hammock?
Yeah. I don't wear those.
Okay.
We don't wear those. We don't wear those in Wisconsin. It's way too cold. My banana
Have you
hammock would
ever
be more
seen-
like a Tic Tacs hammock.
Okay, what about in Friends when Phoebe says her name's Princess Consuela Banana Hammock? She doesn't say Princess Consuela Banana
Never watched
Hammock.
Friends. Friends is a terrible show.
Ah, you're a terrible show. I love Friends. Okay.
Lucky didn't even miss a beat. He's like, well, yeah.
Of course, it's a hammock. What like the word is pronounced hammock. I don't.
Oh shit.
I found a video that says
fuck
best
is
road trip
this?
song ever, the Hammock song.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
They haven't said hammock yet though. But they've shown hammocks. Have you so do you go to a store and
guys
say, do you have
sound
any hammocks?
it's so
And they people
dumb.
show you hammocks?
I order it online because I'm not old. I don't buy anything in a store. I don't even buy groceries in a store. I'm not old or poor.
I'm
Know how
gonna,
to
Where do you buy
pronounce words
groceries?
I'm gonna
online.
put it out there. I bet you everybody that says hammock is a generation away from being a Canadian.
Oh, pff, oh, pff, oh,
Oh.
pff. I'm Mexican. No, we just have been to school before. Hammock. Hammock.
How do you say sauerkraut?
Just like that, sauerkraut.
Okay. Patrick
But
said
we're
and
also
sauerkraut,
German.
question mark.
We're also German.
Hammock.
We know how to pronounce that. Lots of Germans in Wisconsin.
Wait a
Wow,
minute.
I didn't know that.
Wait a minute.
Tons. I grew up in New Berlin. We call it New Berlin, but it's New Berlin.
So I'm gonna put
Lots of
a
Germans.
hole
Ah.
in your pronunciation. There's only one M.
So that
No,
means it's
there's
not a
two
long
M's.
hammock.
It's not a no. It's
No, but
not.
the phonetical
phonetical
There's
one.
is only
two
one M.
M's.
The phonetical's one M.
Hammock. So it's hammock. Okay, hammock.
No, so it's
What?
hammock.
I mean,
Yeah.
just
Hammock.
like, can you guys just like separate them into 2 words for me, like you're supposed to do in kindergarten? Like, it's 2 words. It's ham, mock.
No,
What do you
it's
eat
one.
at Christmas? You eat a ham. What do you do when you're making fun of someone? You mock them. It's not that
one.
hard. You
It's
guys are
one syllable.
ridiculous. It's one syllable. I mean, like, oh, hammock. Okay, I can say it. Hammock. It's a hammock.
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 I mean, you're saying it the same way, just not right. With an I. Like, what? What is this?
Let's see what else. What else is similar?
No,
It's a
I mean,
hammock.
but you can.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying what's similar to the words ham and mock? Those words are, I mean, Sam.
Do you mean like something that
cock.
is pronounced different than it looks?
Like what would be in that ACK pronunciation, right? What would be similar? Mock
Oh.
is not.
But our language makes no sense anyways because read and read are spelled the same.
I think
we have
our
a lot of weird
language
things like
could
that.
make sense if people like pronounce stuff correctly. Mock is so straightforward. It literally is. It is 2 words. If you hyphenated it, it's mock.
But it's not
This is
hyphenated.
mind blowing. This is honestly
Can you
baffling.
find me something that's not somebody you know, like a commercial or a movie or a song where somebody says hammock? For my own sheer curiosity, because I've never in my life heard it called this. And now I'm just curious if that's like just a states thing or like a southern thing versus a northern thing, like soda and pop.
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
People that can read. I don't like. This is
hammock.
It sounds like a British accent to me. That doesn't. You
It
can't.
sounds like a British accent. Lucky's dying on this hill.
Hammock.
Well, it's how it's spelt. I don't understand how you guys are arguing with literally 2 words, ham and mock.
But there's a ton of words in the English language that just don't make sense. They're not spelled how they look. Like phonetically, they don't make sense.
Okay, but I can't think of one that's spelt like that directly. Like literally, it's 2 words placed together. Like it's
In the next
ham
episode
and
of
it's
Hops News,
mock.
we're going to discuss the pronunciation of hammock to its utmost extent. We're going to drink good beer.
We didn't just do that?
Yeah, right. I don't know. I can't believe this. I can't believe this is even a discussion.
That was like a
It's
15-minute tangent on hammock, and that's why we drink beer and talk
hammock.
about Hops News.
Hammock. Yeah, that's way too long to be discussing how ham and mock are pronounced.
I really thought it was going to be leading into a dirty joke.
Nope, just pronouncing words correctly. Have an education above the fucking first grade. Ridiculous. Hammock.
I'll be honest with you. I've never heard it pronounced hammock.
I mean, like,
and there,
the words like lick and lock.
There's so many fucking
lick and lock.
In
like,
Boone, we've got like hammock gardens on campus where there's like 40 of them fucking things hanging at a time. And I've never heard it pronounced hammock.
Yeah, it's because you're all from the South. It's Boone. Don't know how to read. They even have a dictionary. Fucking probably spell it wrong too.
I love it. Hey, let's go check in with Lucky. He's going to tell us how to pronounce hammock.
Fucking correctly. All you do is pronounce ham.
To look forward to.
Pronounced ham and then mock, and then that's really it. Parting shots. I've missed you guys. This was fun. This beer is really good. Imperial. I also don't know how to pronounce this word. Hoppy, I don't know if you know what this is.
No, I was actually looking it up when I was silenced.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, isn't it a place in Mexico?
I have no idea.
I thought it was something else. Yeah, it's a state in Mexico.
Mexico has states. That's how not Mexican I am. I didn't know that they had states. I just thought it was the country and cartel. I don't know. And Mexico City, I guess.
Municipality.
Maybe. Fine. Parting shot. Go. Feeling lucky. Our episode that came out today. I don't have Big Daddy's Venmo. But if you can reach out to him and get it from him and send him something, he would really appreciate it, and it might back him off the ledge a little bit because he's standing there basically all week. It's a super funny episode though, Jay. If you listen to it, the first 20 minutes I thought were 20 of the funniest minutes that we've ever done. One of my favorite stand-up jokes we talk about. Super offensive and inappropriate. So if you don't like a word that describes little people, a certain whatever. I'm just still so hung up on hammock and hammock.
How do you
It's
pronounce
frustrating.
island?
Island? What? That's
Yeah, how do you
again, it's
pronounce
just
island?
that's island.
But it's spelled is land.
Yeah. So is I don't know. I don't want to get into all of these semantics. That's
How do you say Wednesday?
different. S's are silent. S's are silent all the time.
Okay, what about receipt?
Receipt. C's are like S's sometimes.
No, there's
This is like
but you don't
basic.
say receipt. There's a P in it.
I mean, you do receipt. No, okay, whatever. I don't know. Copy. I don't know. I mean, you're just like pronouncing a word completely incorrectly. Like mock is a word. Pt is not a word. Pt is not its own word. Like if that was a word, then I would probably pronounce it receipt.
But hammock's
Mock.
not a compound word. It's its own word.
Yeah, but mock in itself is like a word that's in hammock.
Yeah, but you could say rep is a word and representative is a word. So that doesn't really make sense. You think because they're two
What are you
separate
talking
words?
about? That is
that's how you
like
should-
rep. You just said rep is a word and representative is a word. You said the same thing. Rep and
But, okay.
representative.
But what I'm
What-
saying is if you have two words that are separate and then they make a different word together, that's not a compound word. If it's a compound word, then you might say it like that, like cannot. Like that's a compound word, but hammock is not a compound word. It's just a word.
I don't like
I'm done, I'm
hammock
done.
is literally two words. I don't understand what you mean. Whatever, I don't care. Hammock. Like how do you just pronounce like
so it's like
lick
ham
and
mock,
lock?
right?
Lick
Ham.
and lock. Lick and lock. Lick L-I-C-K, lock L-O-C-K.
Right.
It's like ham and mock, right?
Mick and mock. Like what? I don't. What? It just does not make any sense. The fact that you guys are laughing at me when you're just pronouncing something completely wrong is absurd. Anyway, go check out Feeling Lucky this week's episode. I think Big Daddy was less mad on that than I am about hammock, and he crashed a $24,000 car. Like that's no spoilers, but I don't know. Nobody's paying attention now. They're all furious with YouTube pronouncing hammock the wrong way.
Damn. A $24,000 car that he paid cash for.
And it is total loss. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So don't pronounce hammock to Big Daddy, please. He doesn't
Yeah, I
need
won't
any
do
more
that to
stress
him.
in his life.
He doesn't need this in his life. Okay.
No, he doesn't need any more stress, any more
You know,
furiousness.
I'm going to screenshot the pronunciation of hammock and then tag Feeling Lucky in it and post it
Yeah.
on Twitter.
I'm gonna send you a dictionary and be like, "Hey, learn how to read." Fucking ridiculous.
Lucky, good to have you on the episode. Just so you know, I messaged old Big Daddy, asked him if he was doing good. He said, "Yep, you bet." Just got back to the hotel room, so yeah.
Good. Thank goodness.
Lauren,
He won't
we
if he
have to look
listens to this
forward to,
episode. He'll be infuriated with the human race.
No.
How they pronounce hammock.
I thought you were going to say because of the beginning. It's fat ham.
Lauren, parting shots. What do we had to look forward to from Geeks?
So we just dropped, we're starting to drop them Sunday night now, which I guess because Mondays do good and I don't know, works for us. Well, that's actually good too, because then our news is more relevant because we do news. And so this last week we did some comic book origin for Hawkeye, and we did some of the random people we expect to see in the show. So if you are watching the show at all and you want to know any of the origin of the characters, definitely check that one out. Like we give you some origin on some of the upcoming villains, as well as Kate Bishop and Clint Barton. And then Matt made me watch Jingle All the Way last night that I mentioned earlier. So that will be coming out next probably Sunday night again. And it's full of a lot of making fun of the movie because it's terrible, and some fun facts. So you can just listen
Probably
to
Sunday
it.
night again. And it's full of a lot
Uh
of...
oh.
I'm like, what is that? Okay.
Someone is echoing.
And that wasn't me. But that's about it. So Jingle All the Way commentary, and we didn't have too much news this week, but we snuck a little in. And then our next one, which we're excited about, we're going to be getting ready for the Spider-Man movie. So there's a lot to unpack there because
my God,
yeah.
Lauren, I'm so excited for the Spider-Man
Yes.
movie.
So we're going to recap the Tobey Maguires and recap the Andrew Garfields and get everybody ready. So we're super. Yeah, I mean, everybody's excited about that movie. So that'll be awesome. And that's what we got going on.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it. Can't wait for the Spider-Man episode. Make sure you guys cover the proper pronunciation of hammock in one of your episodes. When
Well,
it's not
I feel like Mash will be on my
Spider-Man-
side because he's fucking educated.
he'll be like, no, man, they're wicked hammocks. They're wicked good
Wicked
hammocks.
hammocks.
yeah.
Okay, that's exactly
He
what he's
definitely
actually going to
will.
say, and that's gonna be so frustrating.
He will.
But yeah, Spider-Man makes hammocks with his webs.
He does.
I'm ready to get off. This is going to go drink another beer and throw a toaster in the tub just to marinate a little bit. Can't believe I'm working with these two.
Hey, it's been a great episode. I'll be honest with you. When we started this one, I'm like, this is a conversation we have all day. What are we going to talk about? It's like, fuck, I don't know. What are we going to talk about? Let's talk about the Advent calendar. And here we are, an hour and 20 minutes into an hour show. And it was a good time, at least on this end. Hopefully,
Well,
it was
yeah,
entertaining.
of course. For the morons of this fucking podcast, it was great.
My next article will be about the pronunciation of hammock.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad it was brought to this point because I was outnumbered on the last episode that I was on.
Oh,
Hammocks
no.
was
Because
brought
you're
up.
wrong. It's because you're
And
wrong.
I paused a little bit just so the people that know me realized I caught it, but I didn't go into enough detail to make it an ordeal. But I'm glad we finally did. Yeah, it's been a great episode. Hey, check out the Feeling Lucky episode with Big Daddy. Like Lucky said, he does monitor the Twitter account. Go tweet at him, tell Big Daddy that we're thinking about him.
Tell him that you
Ask
love
him
him.
for his Venmo so you can buy him a cup of coffee or something. Sounds like he's doing well tonight. I will tell you, I didn't feel that confident about him last night. And good to hear that he's doing okay tonight because he's a young guy, works his ass off really hard. Obviously, just made a big career move and made a move himself from his family. So if you're inclined, hit him up. At least tell him you're thinking about him because he's dealing with some life challenges that a lot of people don't have to go through at that age. So, and he's a good
Honestly,
dude.
You guys should check up on me too after this episode. I'm not gonna lie, the whole hammock thing has got me so rattled. Need to go. I don't.
Yeah. Check out the Geeks Crew. Obviously, those guys are doing awesome stuff. They're what do you call those? The live, the one you just recorded.
Oh,
Commentary, live commentary.
Yeah,
the live commentary. So they're watching the films or the movies or the episodes and commenting on them. So go check those out. It's a good time. Those guys, I will tell you, I don't have the time to keep up with that stuff, but I love the geek culture stuff, and it's always interesting and able to keep up with it. Especially the news aspect. The news portion of those guys' show is tremendous. I would never know that half that stuff is going on without listening to them. And I don't hear that anywhere else. So definitely appreciate that. Another aspect that I like about what they do is they're kind of, they have a name for it. I don't recall what it is, but basically we fucked up.
that's what it's called.
Yeah, they go and they correct themselves. If they say something that's not right, they go back and kind of own it and make the correction. So it's always fun to listen to that aspect of it as well. Go check them out. Geeks Crew dropping at 8 o'clock, supposed to be 8 o'clock on Sundays. We'll get them back on a routine. I get in a routine myself sometimes, and they were on Mondays at 8 for the longest time. So it's taking some getting used to, but we'll hopefully get them on track. Good chatting with everybody. Don't forget, Secret Santa boxes
Oh,
in
yes.
17 days.
I'm so
December
sad that
18th.
I won't be able to do it.
You
I
and
can't. I'm leaving. I am leaving the 17th. I'm going to be in California. I wouldn't be able to do it.
So do you have somebody's
you
name?
and JJ should just do it
No,
with
I
each
don't.
other.
No, I
No,
don't.
he didn't do it.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I'm leaving the 17th and it's on the 18th. I'm very sad, but it was like my favorite day of the year last year. No
Yeah.
worries.
Great
It's my
episode.
drunkest day of the year last year.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
It'll go for a while. So be on the lookout for that. If you're part of the Secret Santa, make sure you get your packages like soon. No later than the end of next week, so people make sure they get them. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you drinking beer. Have a good night. Go drink some Christmas beer. Cheers.
Love you guys. Cheers.
Yeah, man. Good having you back.
Yeah, it was fun. I should be able to be back next week. The week after, I think, is when I leave, though. I mean, it's just all work stuff. It's literally like I've been working so much. It's insane.
Yeah.
But hopefully next week I should be able to be back. And then after that, I'm gone for a couple weeks.
Next week, Matt and I are both off because he scheduled us for some other podcast, I think not realizing it was the same time. So we're both off next week, but then I'll be back, obviously, the following week.
Just try to get Big Daddy on.
Yeah.
Get
that
a
would
GoFundMe
be
going.
dangerous.
Are you on next week, Lucky?
Yeah, I should be on. We should try to get him on.
Yeah, see if he wants to join us next week. We'll drink beer.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Well, I told my kids I'd only be an hour tonight. So
see you guys.